G'day to everyone. As the kookaburra sits quietly in the tree, I've just arrived at the farm I've been detecting for a while now. I did the best of it last year, but hopefully there might be still a few good things left to find here. It's a frosty early winter's morning here, but it looks as though it's going to turn out to be a really nice day later on. And now introducing, ta-da, my brand new Minelab CTX 3030. And apart from an hour in a local park, this is its first big outing. I've enjoyed my e-track for about 8 years now and did quite well with it. But as us men all know, that sometimes, well, we just need a new toy and some new challenges. Some of the settings on it are very similar to the e-track, but there's so much more to it. Anyhow, I've read the manual and watched the YouTube videos. Oh well, some of them anyhow. And today I thought I'd start off by trying combined mode with Ferrous Coin and just see how that goes. Okay, so it's into the frost we go. Starting off well, and this looks like a late Victorian sixpence, probably from about the late 1800s. Next up, and here's a buckle. Followed by a broken brace buckle. Today's first button. Aha, a penny. An Aussie one, I think. The right shape, but too thin to be a coin. Possibly a tag of some sort. This looks like it might be some sort of a brass nozzle. Possibly it's not very old either. And yet more buttons. A great signal, but it just turned out to be some copper or brass rubbish. An iffy signal. A YouTube video I watched showed one bloke's iffy signals all turning out to be coins. All mine turned out to be big rusty nails. Here's an old padlock keyhole cover. Came from the bottom of a very deep hole, at least 3 or 4 inches deeper than my pro pointer. This detector seems to have no trouble with depth anyhow. And a smooth button this time. It turned out to be a magnificent sunny day, and I spent some time going over some of the areas I covered with my e-track last year. Although I dug lots of targets, no more coins came to light. Although, could this be a coin? Not sure. Okay, and it's lunchtime. And I see another kookaburra sitting quietly up in a tree, possibly watching for anything down below that could turn out to be its next meal. Okay, so back into some more detecting. I wonder what this is, or what it was from. And here's a Jew's harp. I found another 2 of these not far from here last year. A big brass plate of some kind. I found these on other sites as well, but I don't really know what they're from. I just dug this. And this. And I reckon they go together like this. This is 1/2 of a belt buckle, as I found something similar before on another site. A brass something. As the afternoon wore on, here's yet another piece of lead. The CTX seems to be pretty good at finding these as well, and I found lots of them today. Anyhow, I might start making my way back to the ute now, as it's nearly time to leave, and I guess I'll have to be content with a coinless afternoon. But heading back, and a good signal, and here's half a Chinese coin. Oh well, that's half a coin for this afternoon. But wouldn't you know it, walking back to the ute and here's a penny. It might be an English one, I think. And what's more, here's a shilling right next to it. It's an Aussie one, I think. Okay, let's take a closer look at today's finds. First of all, today's buttons. This one's a bit fancy. I think it says improved patent. Gardner & Co of Bristol seems to be a common type of button that I found here. One from Cremond or Cramond and Dixon. And just one with a fancy pattern on it. The padlock keyhole cover just has patent on it. And today's buckles. And the Jew's half. I cleaned up the broken belt buckle half and it's got a nice thistle design on it. Here's a similar one I found on another site years ago with an anchor design on it, but I was also lucky enough to find the other half, and they clip together like so. I found these here today, and I found similar on other sites over the years, and they're part of an old door lock. This nozzle looking object has numbers around it and a sliding track, obviously to adjust the depth of it when attached to something. That thin tag I found this morning has DeVos stamped on it. I'm still scratching my head about this item, trying to think what it might have been from. Looking at the back of it, it looks as though it was only attached at one end. Today's mystery item. Okay, onto the coins. A 1922 Australian penny, a 1912 English penny, a 1916 Australian shilling, and an 1896 English sixpence. Also half a Chinese coin. And what I thought might turn out to be a coin, well, I can see it's not a coin now. I don't really know what it actually is. And there's lots of iron attached to one side of it. I tipped all of today's rubbish out on the table and something caught my eye. I reckon that under all this muck and corrosion there could be a small Jew's harp in there somewhere. I tried to clean it up a bit, but unfortunately one of the arms broke off. It was just too corroded. So not many coins today, but a few other interesting bits and pieces. As I expected, it's now a lot harder to find some good stuff here, as I did the best of it last year. As for the CTX, well, after some more outings and experience, I think we're going to get along just fine. But one thing I did notice, Minelab's done a great job with the balance of this machine, and my arms and shoulders were much less fatigued than on the E-Track at the end of the day. Okay, well that's about all for now. Thanks for watching. So until next time, I'll say goodbye.